Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. This is the Rock and Roll Spot coming at you. Today I'll be talking about why the movies 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street are secretly brilliant. Now, I remember how I first reacted to hearing that 21 Jump Street was going to be made into a movie. I just kind of shrugged and thought, yet another property that somebody wanted to make relevant again. Who cares? You know, if it looks cool, I might see it. Then later on came the news, it's going to be a comedy. I was like, I thought the show was a serious cop drama. That just seems like to be a train wreck now. I mean, yeah, cast doesn't look terrible, but still. And so I ignored it. And then people I knew started posting about how they had seen it and they really liked it. It was really good and it surprised them. And eventually, I gave in to curiosity and watched it. And I was surprised. I was greatly surprised at how good it was. I was not expecting that good of a movie. I mean, it's not Citizen Kane, but it's still a damn good movie. I mean, it's like, again, it's not a movie I would consider a film. But they really did a decent job, and the humor actually worked. Still kept things respectful. There was, you still had those serious cop moments. Then the serious cop moments never really came off as being there for laughs. But most of the cop moments, honestly, were there for laughs. To be brutally honest. And then 22 Jump Street came out this year, and in fact, I even intended to go see it in theaters and do a review on this channel for all of you guys, but I couldn't afford to go see it, so I didn't. Sorry. But it came out for home media this past Tuesday, so when I got paid a couple days ago, I bought it. Thought, I was going to buy it anyway. May as well, right? And I watched it yesterday, and it was good. It was fun, again, same kind of humor, and the characters were, worked just as well as before. They even had a decent reason to bring back two characters from the first one that really otherwise would not have a good point or a good reason to show back up. But I came to a realization after watching it, though, that the two movies are in their own way secretly brilliant. Now they hide this brilliance. The brilliance in them is hidden. It's not otherwise I wouldn't be calling saying it to be secretly brilliant. For one thing, it's hidden with lowbrow humor, and a lot of lowbrow humor. Dick and fart jokes make money. Let's be totally honest. Just ask Kevin Smith; he'll tell you. Just about bombarding themselves with action movie tropes. For example, in the first movie, when our two heroes arrive at prom with some of their allies, they get out of a limo, and as the door opens, doves fly out. Just like the John Woo movie. Because doves. I don't know what the deal is, but I remember seeing the few movies of his I've seen, thinking, that's a lot of doves. They're everywhere. And then playing the video game designed as a sequel to his classic Hard Boiled. And yeah, doves. Doves everywhere. So, and you get other things. I think almost everything that a lot of the tropes mentioned or things that cops supposedly do, as mentioned in Hot Fuzz, they pretty much do. and it works. It does not. None of it comes off as being, hey, let's, you know what, that scene was cool in that movie. Let's put it in ours with our characters. No. It comes off as more. It comes off more lovingly written in, like, you know, as if paying homage. Now moving on to actual displays of brilliance. First up, the fact that the movies themselves are not afraid to A, make fun of themselves, and B, poke fun at current Hollywood trends. For example, both movies have, especially 22 Jump Street, have running jokes about how old our two main characters look. Which, to a degree, does kind of lampoon the fact that most teenagers in movies and TV shows are actually played by 20-somethings. Scary Movie also made a joke about that, which was also kind of a nod to a similar slasher movie, or a teen slasher movie from recent years at that point. But yeah, hell, let's look at the Amazing Spider-Man movies. Andrew Garfield, who plays Spider-Man in them, he's 27, 28 years old. At the end near the end of this most recent movie, Peter's just turning 18, and that's common. That is a common thing to do. You know, oh, you're 23, cool. You can still totally play 15 years old. Maybe looking for younger actors is a better idea than doing, but I'm sure there are reasons. I'm sure a lot of those reasons relate to child labor laws, in fact. There's also another means of poking fun at itself as well as current Hollywood trends. The end sequence, or it's kind of the end sequence, kind of the beginning of the end credits for 22 Jump Street, wherein we basically see these little clips for consecutive, Jump Street movies to come through at least 40, if not further, with various other types of schools they can infiltrate. Flight school, medical school, art school, culinary school, and so on and so forth. And various jokes were made about all that. Then there's also a quote from the character Deputy Chief Hardy, played by Parks and Recreation's Nick Offerman, Ron Swanson on that show, from the first movie. We're reviving a canceled undercover police program from the 80s and revamping it for modern times. You see, the guys in charge of this stuff lack creativity and are completely out of ideas, so all they do now is recycle shit from the past and expect us all not to notice. And to be perfectly honest, that's kind of what Hollywood's been doing for a good chunk of what Hollywood's been doing for the last decade or so, if not longer. I mean, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago, it was a lot less likely you didn't see as many TV shows from back in the day adapted to movies. Sure, there was a Car 54 Where Are You movie. There was a Monsters movie. There was an Addams, or actually no, there wasn't a Monsters, but there were two Addams Family movies, two which were actually quite good. There was, I believe, at least an attempt at bringing back The Honeymooners. The list goes on, and it's just, yeah. And now, God, how many TV shows just from the 90s? From the 80s and 90s are getting movies made based on them. The Equalizer. I remember that show. Again, never watched it, but I remember it. The movie actually kind of looks kind of neat, but I kind of blame the fact that you've got an awesome director and a decent star. So 21 Jump Street. Now, whoever would have thought that would have made for a movie, been made into a movie, huh? I mean, maybe as a hey, let's maybe back in the '80s as like you know what, we capped off the series, let's do a movie. Let's actually put a movie out with these guys. But no. We're gonna do something totally different. 20 years, almost 30 years later. But yeah, it is a common thing now at TV shows, especially ones that have been off the air for a while and still have loving fans. Fans get turned into movies, and if there's an actor that fits. A popular actor that can fit a role for it, even better. Now, one of the ways that 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street differ from these other adaptations of TV series is that, or at least most of them, is that 21 and 22 actually acknowledge the events of the series that inspired it. Admittedly, it's generally through cameos. Both Johnny Depp actually appeared uncredited and as a fairly background character throughout the first movie. It's not, and then he reveals himself to be his character from the TV series, grown up. Same with I want to say Peter DeLuise, one of Dom DeLuise's kids. Who was also on the series, but they're apparently at that point of the movie they're now undercover DEA. Then Richard Grieco actually shows up in 22 Jump Street. One for one of the possible sequels one of the potential sequels mentioned was 21 Jump Street Generations, but there was also a deleted scene with Booker talking to Channing Tatum's character, in fact giving him his old bandana. I actually kind of liked that scene. I wish they had left it in the movie, but not my call. I'm not the editor. But I guess it was actually a surprise that this series would be acknowledged. But yeah, I guess that's really all I have to say on these. Seriously, if I understand if maybe you watched one and didn't like it, hey, each their own. But if you haven't watched them because you figure they're going to be completely and utterly stupid and devoid of anything, devoid of any substance, at least give them a shot. You might actually like them. Anywho, we will all, of course, be back on Wednesday with Weekly TV Roundup, and hopefully that'll actually be put up earlier than normal. Maybe that'll become a regular thing. Fingers crossed on that. Then let's see. That's really all I got. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter, like my page on Facebook. Links to both are down below, as always. And it's me signing off, so live long and rock hard.